You have to be crazy. Like, seriously, you have to be crazy to do this.
I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it,
Hey guys, it's Shay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much. So as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about tips for starting a business. So this is something I get asked a lot, like, Shayla, what do I do? What do I say? Who do I go to? What website should I go to? How do you do your taxes? And so on and so forth. So I just have a few different tips just for starting out. Anybody can really use these, to be honest. So let's just jump right on into it. Oh, but before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video for anyone who may need the help. So for starters, you're gonna want to get an FEIN. What is that? That is your Federal Employer Identification Number. So basically what that does for you as your business, it separates you from your business in a sense. So it allows you to operate and file your taxes as your business as opposed to just using your social security number. You know what I mean? It also allows you to have employees. So obviously when they do their own taxes, what's at the top of your W-2? An FEIN number. So pretty helpful for that. There's several different articles that allow you to look up and really get more in depth with why it's important, what it's used for, and why you need it. So another common debate is, should I be a sole proprietor? Should I be an LLC? What does it all mean? What's the difference? So I will drop a link in the description bar below to basically give an article about, something a little bit more in depth. But to put it in a simple term for you, registering as an LLC, one, costs a little bit more money than being a sole proprietor, considering being a sole proprietor is free. So as an LLC, you do have the option to have your assets protected in the event where someone sues your company. So as an LLC, you're separated from your business. When you register as an LLC, you are a member of it. However, it protects your assets. So no one can come for your car, your house, and so on and so forth. And again, I'll list something below so that it goes a little bit more in depth. Should you become an LLC? That's on you. Some people will argue that you should make around $40,000 a year in order for it to be beneficial. Some states have, registration fees that occur every single year. Listen, it's whatever works for you in your best interest, okay? This next one is so important. You have to have money, okay? Money. And invest in your craft, okay? It doesn't matter if you're providing a service. It doesn't matter if you are selling a product. You need to invest. If you want to start a business, at least have a good one, okay? Provide an excellent service. Provide an excellent product. Don't waste your money on things that don't matter. Seriously. Like, care about the quality of what you're providing before the little things like packaging or business cards. Like, these are things that you need to seriously invest in before anything else. I mean, when I opened my suite, the first thing that I invested in was my color. I do a lot of blondes. So that was the first thing that I invested in. That's where I invest the majority of my money, to be quite honest. So because of that, I'm able to, whip out, different colors all the time because that's where I invested a lot of my money first starting up. As time went by, I decided to invest in, cabinetry, of course. I invested in my business cards as well. So that was also pretty expensive, not gonna lie. But as far as like the room itself, I mean, I still have things that I need to decorate in there, but that was not the top priority for me. A top priority for me personally was just making sure that I had all of my products that I needed to service people. So have money, invest in your craft. Be passionate about it, seriously, because passion will get you everywhere. Next, research your market, okay? Like, how do I say this? Research your market. Research everything about what you're trying to do. If it's selling a product, whether you're selling hair, makeup, clothes, research your market. If you're providing a service, whether it's, being a tattoo artist, a graphic designer, photographer, hairstylist, barber, etc., research your market. Figure out what other people are charging before you decide you want to skyrocket your prices. Because I'm gonna be honest, when you're first starting out, you're probably not going to be in the position to charge super high-end prices, depending on what area you're in, depending on the area, depending on how in demand your field is, your industry, your product, your service. So research your market. Come up with a marketing strategy. What are you going to use to get your brand out there? Are you going to tell all your family and friends? Are you going to run 1,000 ads on Facebook, on Instagram? Are you going to go on LinkedIn and network there? Are you going to go to pop-up shops? Are you going to have one? Are you going to, what are you going to do? What is your marketing strategy? What is your strategy for making sure that people are consistently coming in, consistently buying from you, consistently receiving a service from you? Figure out your strategy. So you also need to have a little bit of patience, because when it comes to starting any business, you're going to have a lot of trial and error. It doesn't matter what service it is, it doesn't matter what product it is. There's going to be a lot of trial and error with everything, whether it's the way you provide a service. Maybe you messed up somewhere. That's okay. You learn for the next client. Whether it's providing a product, you messed up somewhere. That's okay. You're going to know for the next client, and so on and so forth. All of this is it's a lot of trial and error. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You do not just rake in the money, as soon as you start, you drop $1,200 and everything's okay. No, that's not how it goes. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of money you're going to be spending on not just, inventory, but other things like marketing. Marketing is like the number one thing I spend the most money on besides my color. But that's what people need to understand and realize. You're going to have so much trial and error, especially for your ads, girl. Your ads, they're going to be, literally entrepreneurship is looking up a bunch of PDFs at 3 a.m. and just figuring out which one is going to work for you. I mean, it just is what it is. Okay, so this also falls under marketing. Finding your avatar. What is your avatar? Your ideal client. What do they look like? Where do they live? What do they do for a living? These are all things that you need to figure out when it comes to starting your business, because you do not want to be the somebody that's for everybody, period. Whatever it is that you're specializing in, specialize in it and go from there. Figure out who your target audience is. If it's kids, if it's adults, if it's senior citizens, what do they do? Is your ideal client in school? Is your ideal client a professional? Is your ideal client, a creative? Figure that out. Do they like Starbucks? Do they like luxury brands like Chanel and Louis Vuitton? Are they moms? Are they dads? These are all things you have to figure out before you run any ads. First of all, before you run a single ad, figure out who you're running that ad to. Do not be the business that's for everybody, because you will get a little overwhelmed, to say the least. So figure out your target audience, honey. That's important. I need something to drink. Ooh, child. All right. Network with strangers. So one thing for me that I've noticed personally, when I first started, running things, especially full-time, my support system, it definitely came more so from strangers rather than family and friends. And I don't know if this is just in my head. I don't know if this was something that, is something that everybody notices. But besides my mom, my immediate family, I didn't have the biggest support system, if you will. Or maybe it just wasn't as big as what I thought it was going to be in the beginning, you know? But that's okay. Network with strangers. Go into Facebook groups. Go explore the world. Like, seriously, like, network with strangers. Always have your business cards on hand. You never know who you're gonna meet. And that is like the biggest thing about networking. You just never know. Always ask for referrals. Doesn't matter who they are. If they're a client of yours, doesn't matter what product you're selling, doesn't matter what service you're providing, make sure that you always ask for referrals, because once you get into the groove of things, you're gonna realize that these people, your clients, they're gonna want to help you. They want to help you, and that is something that I've been so blessed with, is clients that want to genuinely help me and want me to grow and want me to succeed. And I'm just so blessed. I'm so blessed to have them in my life. I really am. All right, last tip, change your circle. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean you have to go super distant and MIA on your current friends, but what I will say though, get some new ones. If they're not living the same lifestyle as you, if they're not on the same page, you know, you're trying to run a business and everybody's trying to either, you know, get drunk, get high, go to the club every day, you know what I'm saying? If people are just content with their lifestyle and they're not really looking to grow at the same type of growth that you want, then change your circle. Find new people. Find new people who really do understand your mindset, because owning a business, I tell people all the time, you have to be crazy. Like, seriously, you have to be crazy to do this. Okay? Because it takes so much of your time. You know, you're not working a regular 9 to 5, 40-hour week. You're working 25/8. Your business is constantly on your mind. When I'm not behind the chair, I'm still working, whether I'm recording for you guys or if I'm just in my head trying to figure out, okay, what ad can I run? What ad can I run to gain more traction, to get more subscribers, to get more followers on Instagram? Like, what can I do? What can I do for my business so that I can elevate my business, elevate my life? These are things that you constantly think about. So you kind of want to be around people that understand in that regard, because I'm going to be honest, there are days where, you know, you're going to be crying. You're going to have an emotional breakdown. There are days where you're going to be like, yo, am I doing this right? And sometimes what you need in your life is just that friend that can tell you, oh, honey, it's okay. I cried yesterday too. And, you know, it's a nice feeling when you have people who really understand this mindset, because it's a different ball game, y'all. So that's it for my tips. This concludes this video. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out in some way, shape, or form. Again, these are all things that you can definitely look up on Google, try to figure it out, you know, what you want to do. So hopefully starting a business is not super hard. Hopefully I was able to relieve some of that stress, because, you know, a lot of these things I had to look up. Okay, I had to look up, I had to figure it out for myself. There is nothing better than experience, I tell you that. The way that I brand myself, the way that I market, I mean, I took one course. But besides that course, that was all me, y'all. And it's still something I'm growing and working on consistently to really maximize my business. So hopefully I was able to be some type of help. All right, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.